Hey man, what's up? Hey, how? Uh, I don't know if your webcam's working. I don't see it on my end so far. Rip. All right. All right. Anyways, how do we get? Should we get this started? All right. There we go. Cool. Cool. All right. So I guess I'm recording it from my end, and then you're. I'm gonna go upload to you in a bit. All right. All right. Go ask away anything you need to do. Yep. No problem. No problem. Yeah. All right. So my name is Andrew Tanzil. I work for theScore esports. I'm an assistant producer there. I've been doing esports myself for about 4 to 5 years, give or take, bouncing around from different amateur teams here and there. And now kind of found myself actually doing this as a career, which is actually super surprising to me. So yeah, awesome. Um, I'm actually considering myself like super lucky to be in this position. Like most people aren't able to like a lot of people really want to get into esports, they just don't know how to get in there. You usually start with trying to get yourself out there into the world. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who try to put themselves out there, and they sacrifice themselves by doing free labor and etc. And then they don't really get anything in return, and just becomes like a big mess of like this unequal workforce in the equal ecosystem, which really kind of sucks. But I consider myself one of the lucky few who is able to actually be able to do this for a living. Ah, my journey. I guess like I can start like of course like as being in esports, I'm a huge gamer. Being from like I guess I would say like Asian family kind of sense, they kind of like unsupported my kind of hobby, and they were like, oh, it's like oh you shouldn't be gaming all the time. It's a waste of time, etc. Yada yada, all that. So I was kind of trying to find myself in a way where I would say what do you call that? I needed to find a hobby that's outside of gaming that I'll be able to do so. So I started with graphic design, which is what I was doing before, and now I kind of got into the field. I started like, hey, you know what? Actually, I can do something with gaming without actually gaming. So I started actually making graphics for uh, community organizations, eventually moving to larger gaming organizations and working with them. And through that, I got picked up by theScore. Yes, transitioning. I feel very comfortable right now. Like I'm in a very creative background. I'm in this unique position where I'm able to like kind of move around within esports. I know like league's not gonna last forever, so I have to be able to transition myself appropriately to something else where I can find myself in passion. Fortunately, I love all games, and even if like I do grow out of it, like God forbids, I can always go into like broadcasting or go back into graphic design or even filmmaking, which I'm doing studying right now a little bit. Yes, yes. Um, I'm actually really bad at the league initially, but I watch a lot of games. Actually, when I started working with a pro team, it, how I pass the time, like while doing graphic design, I would listen to their scrims. I would listen to their coach, how's their coaching, and doing this like every night for like 2 to 3 hour sessions. I was able to actually pick up a lot of like macro game and communication, um, like basically mindset. I was able to learn off the coaches and actually be able to analyze the game at a really high level, especially in pick and bans and team coordination and communications. So I work more in the macro sense and data analytic sense if I'm an analyst. Yeah. No, no. I was very starstruck at first. Um, the first team that I found, like first team I'd say legitimate team I found myself. It was called a team called Final Five. We had Sugar Race, and we had Rux. and our mid laner was Gate, so I was like super starstruck at that time, and it was actually a fantastic team, good environment. We almost made LCS, didn't didn't manage to get there, but after from that, I joined a team that's called Brawl, and I worked together with their manager Christian Bauman, and I was able to score a contract and of getting Alex Itch in North America. So it went up pretty well. Yay. Phoenix won. He's playing support. He used to be a mid laner. I know. I'm really close to the guys at Phoenix One. I was actually watching the NALCS finals with Inori and Matt Akavin and Hussein from the coach of Misfits. Yeah. I see myself more like somebody who's able to work like kind of like in the backgrounds and move the different pieces around. I'm really interested right now in storylines in the different esports scenes. So I've been following CS:GO, Smash, and Overwatch lately, and the same trends are happening. They're happening like early day league that I can see. So there's all these like stories, and then people start calling each other out on Twitter. So I want to get those stories and to people, so then people can basically experience what I'm witnessing on a daily basis, as well as like these rumor roster swaps are very interesting too. Yeah, I would say, yeah, yeah. I would say the impact is based on the community in different type of regions. I'm Canadian myself in Toronto. We're I guess we're one of the larger esports cities out there in the world. But if you go to somewhere like Vancouver or you go to like another smaller town, they have never heard of esports. So of course the community is not lacking there, and there's no infrastructure. However, I believe as like the, as games grow and people are more community driven, it's going to be more acceptable in the mainline industry. Especially for me, like I can see people like in Toronto, people like CNN or CTV are going around like, oh, what is this thing? They're trying to figure it out, and they're trying to see if they could do it right. theScore originally was like a sports app, just like doing sports, and they're able to implement esports into it. Yahoo Esports, they suddenly getting into this business too. I think ESPN has one too. So these large mediums are actually starting to like kind of like, huh, you know what? Actually, there might be something here. And I believe esports can grow. I would give it the next 10 years to be like kind of like the next big things they're starting to emerge. And then maybe in like 20, 15 or 20 years, it's going to be like mainstream. Yeah. My primary knowledge is in League of Legends right now. I'm moving closer to Overwatch lately. I find it like super interesting. I often watch CS:GO, but it's really fast. I can't really tell what's happening because people are just swapping teams. And currently Dota is like I don't know, it's abysmal to me because like um, recently they had like all these roster swaps, and I call it the Dota apocalypse because every single team is dropping the roster. Yeah, sure. Yeah, yes. I was joined around season two. Yeah. Um, how would I describe it? Like I didn't really feel that it grew very fast. Like of course, like you scaled it down from like season one, where you're basically watching it from the bottom of a freak's basement, until now where you're taking like full arena stadiums. Like I think they had in the Korean stadium, etc. It's huge. So, oh, oh, okay. That is unfortunate. What just happened there? But I'm just gonna finish off the question now since I'm here. But basically, what I've seen is kind of like you're moving together with uh, someone you're growing up with, and you don't see the immediate large changes. So it kind of grows on it, and um, yeah, it basically grows on you, and you just follow along as the scene develops, and etc. So that's kind of like how I view it, in a sense. Unfortunately, this is not recording, and I'm just talking to myself. Anyways, it was a very, very good talk to chatting with you. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me back on Twitter or I guess Skype. I'm free to fill you in with any extra details if you need be. Oh yeah, hey, I just finished off the question. My bad, man. Yep. Oh. Hmm. Should I just stop recording and just talk to myself here? Anyways, again, thank you very much for, I guess, no problem for talking back and etc. Hey, all right, yeah, I just finished off the last question, like off camera. The whole thing's still recording. Yeah. I don't mind answering again though. Yep. Did you? No. I can hear you. Yeah. Oh my god. Rip. Anyways, any other questions?